Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Said Kayad again, and welcome to our video that we are really happy to deliver this video to you. And this is about Dmvpn. Dmvpn. That is what is our main topic today. So what is a Dmvpn? Dmvpn, when I was studying Israel, it really gave me a little bit headache because it's kind of like identical. In terms of configuration, in terms of, in terms of anything. In my case, it's kind of like phase one. It has like different. We will come back to it, but it has like different phases: phase one, phase two, and phase three. It's kind of like a little bit hard for me, but as I learned it, I just want to deliver it to you so you can learn it as well. And I will try to simplify the concept so you can understand even better. On the first time, which I did not get a chance. A person who can explain this to me, the way I want it or the way I'm delivering to you, and you will see it. Okay, the first question we're gonna ask each other today is like, what is a Dmvpn? So Dmvpn, as you know, is a dynamic multi-point tunneling. Yeah. So Dmvpn stands for dynamic, M for multi-point, V is virtual, P is a private, N is a network. So Dmvpn, dynamic multi-point virtual private network. That's what it stands for. Okay, what does it do then? If it is a Dmvpn, what does it do? Okay, I just gave a little bit. Kind of like several lines here. So just to shorten or to make it short, the concept. Just to give it like a very nice overview. So it is a dynamic multipoint. Actually, it's just a tunneling. GRE. If you have seen GRE, guys, it is a GRE modified. That's what I can say. It's a GRE modified. The reason why, because GRE was just point to point, point, but MGRE is a multi-point. So we will still use GRE, but we will still modify it, and we will still run the different protocols. For example, they said Dmvpn uses the following standard protocols. So Dmvpn uses these three protocols. Okay, let me just go back a little bit. Yeah, it uses these three protocols. The first one is a GRE. So always we are using a GRE, but it has now a new protocol which they call like negative hub resolution protocol. This, what it does, is kind of like a mapping to the from the physical IP addresses of the layer of the routers to the tunneling that we will build. So it maps. If you have seen frame relay, it's kind of like mapping. Frame relay had a concept in mapping, but this one has a concept in mapping as well. Still, frame relay they use for CCNP and CCNA. And the study wise. So the way frame relay has it has a concept of mapping, and this one has a mapping. So this protocol works. Works as it maps in the NBA. From the tunnel IP address to the NBA, and from the NBA to a tunneling. But it just we tell so the two networks can communicate and can work together. For that reason, this one makes them a work between them. NHRB, IPsec by nature or normally GRE, whether it is GRE or whether it is Dmvpn multipoint, because Dmvpn multipoint is GRE, which can use it is a GRE modified. Yeah. So GRE is not a secure. It's just a tunnel. Okay. It's just a tunnel. It's not a secure. So I would that is the type of things that gave me a misconception on the first place. So GRE, DMVPN is not itself secure. It is just a modified GRE. Yeah, and we will see the commands that they did to modify GRE and made it dynamic multipoint. Okay, and this one is just a resolution protocol. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like R before DMVPN. They call negative hop resolution protocol. IPsec is the one who um, encrypt our data, and the one who really do all the encryption for us. But as you can see in here, I did it optional. It is an optional, okay? It is not like compulsory. But the reason they say it is optional because GRE, if it doesn't need to function using this one. It does not need to function or to have adjacent to work to have this one. That is the reason, because if we do not use this one, GRE will not form. Okay, GRE or the DMVPN will not form. But if we do not use this one, it will form. So to form, we should have GRE modified and made it DMVPN and negative hop resolution protocol. And this one is a optional, as I said, but what it will do, it will encrypt our data. I believe that is a good concept for Dmvpn. So Dmvpn is divided into 2 or 3 phases. Yeah. So phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3. So we will configure, we will see, and today I will talk about phase 1, because each phase, for example, at least the phase 1 and phase 2, they've got a static static configuration and dynamic configuration. So today I will be working on this one and show you each pieces and what they do, and these two will follow on the following lessons. And as I said, this video is coming from AWDAL Institute of Networking. Each phase is a little bit different. That's what I said in here, but than the other one, but not much. I said, but not much. That means like the configuration. There is a configuration differences, but it's not like much. It's not something that you will worry about. All right. So let us okay. Let me show you the topology. The topology I have in here is this one. We will be working on router 2, router 5, and router 3. This one here, I said, like DMVPN, it is a router itself. So if I show you now, okay, if I show you now, let me click this one. It's a router, yeah. Okay. So what I said, okay. Before I go here, let me show you. This one is the MBMA, okay? MBMA, that's the physical address, or this IP address is the physical address of this interface, okay? And this one is the physical of this interface, and this one is the physical of this interface, and this one is the physical of this interface, okay? And this router, it connects, as you see. I just changed the cloud, okay? I changed the router to a cloud, but it is a router in there. So if I click it, then the router will come up like this. So it is a router. But what it does, if we say like show IP route, then what you will see, it's just like all directly connected, okay? All directly connected, and the neighbors, they are running EIGRP. So what is the neighbor? This one, it discovered it because since it has an IP address, since it has a router in between, so R5 discovers R2 through EIGRP. R2 discovers R3 and R5 through an EIGRP. So let us check if it discovered it, okay? Right, okay, R2, let us go R2, okay, which is the hub. Show IB EIGRP neighbors. So you see, it has 2 neighbors. So the 2 neighbors it has, 120.222.1 and 153 155.23.03, and this, it has this connection here, and this connection is just kind of like, I did it when I was just studying for another thing like CCCMP security, all this stuff. So this link, you forget about this one for now, but it should have this it should have this neighbor. R2 should have this neighbor, R5 should have this neighbor, and R3 should have this neighbor. And let us check all of them now. So you see, the first one, it has the neighbor, which is a Dmvpn, but Dmvpn will have all of them now. So show IB, neighbors. That just you see, it has a 3 connectivity, and the 3 connectivity is 1333. You see here, 1333 is this one. Yeah, 15000. You see that one here. It will be where is it? It will be Dmvpn. You see, 150.0.0.0. Yeah, and 122.2.2 is a router 2. So that is the connection on the physical interfaces. Okay, they're using EIGRP. So now let us build the EIG. Let us build the Dmvpn tunnel. Okay, let us use it. Okay, now to use the Dmvpn, where we use it, we just go at the config mode and say like interface tunnel 0. Okay, so we're doing a tunneling. Okay, so we said no shutdown, and then as you can see here, the IP address we'll be using is 10.0.0./24. Alright, so let us use it. So IP address 10.0.0.2. We'll give it 2, yeah, and this one will be our hub. Okay, 10.255.0, and then we have to give it tunnel source. Okay, tunnel source. The tunnel source, it is interface, so it will be like 120, because let me show you, by the way, the tunnel source will be this interface that it has. Okay, that it connects to the Dmvpn, because the tunnel will use this interface. Okay, because it sources from this interface, so it should have this interface IP address or the interface itself. So if we say like the interface will be will it be this one? Let me, because this one, let me just say like do show IP interface brief. Okay, do show IP interface brief. Okay, so the tunnel source will be this one. This interface, where is the serial one? Yeah, the tunnel source will be 20. That's the address. Okay, or what we will do, we can say that we can give the IP address, or we can give the serial interface. Okay, say like it comes from serial. Okay, that's a tunnel source. Okay, we in the hub, and now, okay, by the way, we will configure now static. Okay, static. We will configure now static. When we are saying static, we are not configuring the physical interface as a static. Okay, because physical interface, they already have they already running EIGRP, and they are called underlay. Okay, what we are doing now is an overlay network. Yeah, we are running an internet on the top of our normal router, of our branch routers, because this one is like spoke 1 and spoke 2, and this one is a hub. Okay, so we are running a tunneling interface. We are running a network on the top. So we are not using the actual interface. We are using a tunnel interface. So we are running an overlay, and we will use another protocol, and you will see it when we're done. Okay, so now we are configuring Dmvpn phase 1. Okay, so okay, keep that in mind. Okay, okay, so that's a tunnel source. So in the hub, when you are configuring the Dmvpn phase 1 static or phase 1 dynamic, we can, because static and dynamic, the only thing they are different, I will show you the difference. But on both cases, in both cases, you do not need any tunnel destination on the hub. So what we will do is like the tunnel mode, yeah. These are GRE. The reason I was saying like it's a modified. Now we see it is a modified, okay? Because we say the GRE, then we say multipoint. So that is making the hub as a GRE multipoint or as a Dmvpn, okay? The Dmvpn makes that one. Okay, when we did now, look, the tunnel came up. The tunnel came up, okay? So on the spokes, we will not issue this one because it's only special for the hub, because the hub is where the spokes will connect it to. Okay, okay. Now we've done tunnel interface. We give the IP address. Oh, do we give here? Do we give IP address? Do show run interface tunnel 0. So look, we configured the tunnel. We give the IP address. We give the tunnel source. We gave it DMVPN. I mean like tunnel mode. Now what we'll do is it is NHRB. Okay, so NHRB is the next hop resolution. Yeah. So the only thing we will do in here, we'll say like NHRB. Yeah. Just keep in mind and just keep calm and watch me. Okay. So we see like IP NHRP, then network ID, then we can say like 22. That means 22 is any random number, so you can do any random number. Okay, I can even say like 222. But what this command does, because I want to tell you what this command does. Okay, this command does turn on. E10 is on. E10 is on the NHRB. Okay, the NHRB on this tunnel interface. So every tunnel interface must be configured this command, but this number can be anything. Okay, but this command, it must be configured on any interface because E10 is on NHRB. Okay, we say enter, and they say IP NHRB map. The reason, okay, the reason I'm doing a map now, okay, let me do the map because it is a static actually. I thought the static, if I go back to the concept before, when they say like, oh yeah, Dmvpn is phase 1 static, I thought these were contacting to the Dmvpn hub, as a you know, as a static, and it's not. For example, if you say on this interface in this spoke now router 5, if I say like IP route 0, I thought I was going to say IP route 0000 and then give all the routes that I don't know to go to through the Dmvpn, and then we'll go through that way. That's a normal static. If you don't want to use the dynamic routing protocols, you can use it, but nothing to do with phase 1 static. You know, this is static. It does not have anything to do with the tunnel configuration. Okay, so if they say like static, that means we are talking about NHRB mapping, static mapping. That is what we are talking about. Okay, and that is the areas that I confused before actually. So IP NHRB map, then what are we going to map? We are going to map, we are here. Okay, so we are going to map this tunnel interface. Okay, the tunnel interface of, because we have not configured the tunnel interfaces of R5 and R3 yet, but the R3 and R5 tunnels tunnel IP addresses we will map to their MBMA network. Okay, MBMA, if you ever hear MBMA, if you have seen a frame relay, you have the concept. So this MBMA IP address, this one is called, the physical address is called MBMA, okay? So the MBMA address will be mapped, I mean the tunnel address will be mapped to MBMA address, okay? So we will have reachability, the physical address to the network. So to the tunnel will have reachability to the physical network. So that means like they will have interconnection. So they will forward. I mean they will work together. So the traffic from the tunneling will go smoothly, or will go through smoothly to any of the hubs or any of the spokes or hub. Okay, but the other difference is static dash. The other difference that phase one is static dash. Every traffic that leaves from spoke 1 or spoke 2. This one is a spoke 1, we consider spoke 1. This is router 3, okay, and router 5 we consider as spoke 1. So this is spoke 1 or spoke 2, or this spoke 1 or spoke 2, they always used to have to go to R3. So R3 will use, or spoke 1 will go through R2 to reach R5, okay? So we'll see it if we need to turn off a split horizon, but so we'll check it that one as well, but I don't think it will need a split horizon for this case, so we'll see it anyways. So let us do it. I map, then we say like 10.0.0.3, yeah, okay. The 3 that this IP address will be we have not configured it yet, okay, but will be on R3 IP address or spoke 1 IP address, okay. So let us do little quick now, as because you got all the concept now, yeah. So we do 3.3.3.3. This IP address is the MBMA address that I said, and it is this one, and it is this one, okay. This is a physical interface one, okay. Okay, so let us go a little bit quickly, and then IP address, okay. That's the number 5. That will be spoke 2 or R5, okay. So what is it? 50.0.0.0.5, okay. That what it will do. Nothing else we can configure in here, okay. So if you say like do show run interface T tunnel 0, what we got 2 mappings. We got a network ID, and we got tunnel source and the tunnel mode. That's the only thing we need to for the hub to replicate the information to the, I mean to keep track of the spokes, okay. So let's go now in a spoke 2 or R5. Okay, no shot. I think now you got the so you got the idea. So let me configure, okay. 10.0.0.0. So now we give the IP address, we get a tunnel source. So the tunnel source do show IP interface brief. So tunnel source will be this source, okay. It will source it from this one. Tunnel destination, because these guys, you know what we'll do, okay. The hub, we didn't need tunnel destination, okay. We needed only tunnel mode, you know, GRE multipoint. But this one in phase one, yeah, whether they are static or whether they are dynamic, they use GRE point to point, okay. So this one we will not issue the command tunnel mode. We will not issue tunnel mode, because by default they are GRE. So they are GRE, so we don't need it. Only this one we modified, and we made it GRE multipoint, because these hubs will connect. Will connect it through it. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Let me go this one. So this one. So if we are using a GRE, we use a tunnel destination. Okay. So tunnel destination will be 120.0.0.0.0. I'm sorry, .2.2.2. So what is that .2.2? The 2.2 is the hub. It's the hub IP address, because that is always his destination is here. So when he wanna reach this guy, this guy which is R3, he will go through R5. Will go through Dmvpn, and then we'll go through all the way. Not Dmvpn. We'll go through over Dmvpn to R2, and then from R2 to R3, and then R3 will go R1, and then R2, and then R2 will come to R5. Okay. So that's what it is. So now you see tunnel came up. Okay. When we did this one, what do we have left? Tunnel destination and tunnel. Okay. So we could do show run interface tunnel 0. So now we've got tunnel source and tunnel destination. So let's go IBNHRB map. So this one we will map only, yeah. We'll map what we will map 10.0.0.2, yeah, the 2. So this one is the map of is the IP address of the R2, yeah. R2 is the you see this one is the IP address of the tunnel 0 of R2. So we have to point R2 here, yeah. So IBNHRB map 10.0.0.2, because the reason we are saying that R2 is the hub, so everything should go through. So this router 5 or spoke 2, it is pointing to map the NHRB to map to R1. So we will just map these IP addresses, will be both of them the R1 IP address, yeah. So we say like map 202.0.0.2. That means like this one is the WAN address of R2, and this one is the tunnel address of R2. Okay, so this is the WAN address, and this is the the tunnel address of R2. I showed you earlier. Okay, this is the tunnel address of R2. So you see enter. That's what you need, and then IBNHRB and network ID, because we said that this command is a must, because it enables, it enables the tunnel interface NHRB. So enter, and they say IBNHRB. Okay. So we need only this command is okay, map and IBNHRB IB ID. Okay, so we need this for the static one. Okay, let's go to this one. So interface tunnel 0. This is the last one, so I will not lose the energy. You will just watch me because you already saw it. Okay, because it's similar to the other spook. Okay, so no shot tunnel source will be to show IB interface brief. So tunnel source will be here, yeah, will be R3, yeah, will be that one, and tunnel destination will be want to always tunnel destination is it is a WAN, it is a hub IP address. Okay, so tunnel destination this. Okay, and then IBNHRB, and we are configuring static now. Okay, we are configuring static. So IBNHRB map, we are IBNHRB map. Okay, 10, because we still map the WAN, we still map the WAN IP address, the R2 IP address or the hub IP address. Okay, so both of them are his IP address, as we said before. Okay, and the network ID, legacy hub network ID, is 333, because this number as I said, this one I gave 33, and R5 I gave 55, and R2 I gave 22. Okay, where is it? I gave 22. So that means like you have to configure this this command, but this one it doesn't matter. Any whatever you do it, because it will work. If it works, you don't care. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Okay. Let me see. I pre-configured here on the static one. So I said static phase 1. You see, I said you need this one is the hub. Okay, we said like we need the hub to go through. I mean to map 5 to 5. Okay, and 3 to 3. Did we do that? Let us check. Okay, yeah, 5 to 5, 3 to 3. Okay, and we said okay, and then we said like, you know, NHRB, we said like we only need network ID and dynamic multipoint. So we only need network ID. So these two maps and the network ID, if we do that just for verification, yes, these 3 commands. Okay, we did it. Okay, what about spoke 1? Spoke 1, we said IP NHRB authentication. This one is an optional, but we said you have to map to the MBMA network, and then a network ID, and then the tunnel destination. We did perfectly fine. And R3, did we do that? Do we show run interface tunnel 0? We said like network ID and map. Okay, that is a tunnel. Okay, that is, and what they call like what is we run? Oh yeah, okay. That is now what we are doing now. Is a static. Okay, so let us configure. Let us test it now. Let us test it now. Okay, okay. So let us say here. Okay, what we will do? Let us do the other optional one. IB NHRB authentication. Okay, authentication is absolutely perfect. So let us check that one. So authentication. So we just give a word, yeah. So we'll give it like password. Authentication password. Okay, I will take this one and give to any, you know. So there is no another rogue can come in and inject a route. You know what I mean? Authentication password. Okay. Yeah. So now they are secured. They are passworded. Okay. Dmvpn. The router called it Dmvpn. You remember? You see, we configured nothing. We configured it like we didn't configure any tunnel. Okay. This one on the top, we did not configure any DMVP any tunnel. Okay, because they are running over it. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. Okay, okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so okay, so now let us test it real quick, so we can go dynamic static, I mean phase 1 dynamic. So let us say, okay, let's do show IB NHRB enter. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, so let's say show IP NHRB NHRB. You see? Oh, let me just try it. Yeah, you see? So we got 2 tunnels. Okay, tunnel 0 never expire, and then we've got the MBMA address. You see, MBMA address, which is the R3 address or spoke 1 address. It is fire. Okay, you see, so this is the tunnel address for R3, and it is mapped to this one, and this one is a tunnel 5, and it's mapped to this one. But you look, we are in the hub now. Okay, but hub says now the difference between phase 1 static and phase 1 dynamic, you will see, and now you are seeing the phase 1 static and phase 1 dynamic. The hub says here is a static, it registered as a static, okay? But when we configure dynamic one, it will say like dynamic registered, okay? So let us go. That's the difference. That is the difference on the hub side. Static, now it says static because we're using a phase 1 static, okay? Because I said static is not the normal static, but it's an NHRB static. That's what I said, okay? So let us go to R1 as well. You show IB NHRB. So you see now R5 has a connection or has a tunnel with R2. You see, or the hub. You see, 10002 fire is a static and it's a fire between fire, yeah, not fire, okay, fire 122.2. That's the MBMA interface, MBMA network. So can they ping? Can the R5 or spoke 2 ping on R2, which is the hub? So let us find out. 10.0.0.0.2. You see, now the tunnel is working. That's a tunnel IP address, okay? And if we say like 120, if it is 222, that's the one address, okay? Now it's working. So what about the hub side? Can it ping? Okay, let us say R3 or the first hub, it pings. R5, it pings. So that means like we successfully worked it with all our way through phase 1 static. So now let's go this one. So it's like no interface IP, no interface tunnel 0, okay? So we get rid of it. No interface, because we want to work tunnel phase 1 dynamic. And to do dynamic is only we will use interface tunnel 0. So now we all get rid them off. So we say like show run interface, run interface tunnel 0. There is no tunnel in there now, okay? So now let us that is the Dmvpn. Okay, what we'll do now, you've already seen, so let me show you this one, because I already gathered some information here for phase 1 dynamic, sorry. So we said phase 1 dynamic, it is we have look, we have authentication, which is an optional one. We've got this one is a must in our dynamic. It is a must. We said this one is a dynamic, okay? So so this one is a dynamic. So we said this command is an optional IB NHRB authentication, okay? This password is just a random name that I did it, okay? If you want to use a dynamic routing protocol, which we are using, you must use, and this is a hub, okay? So you must use multicast dynamic, IB NHRB multicast dynamic. So this one is a must, yeah, if we are using a dynamic, which we will be using. Or any other thing, IB NHRB network ID is the one we saw already, so that's okay. And this one is optional, just to I mean, if you see any problem on stuff, I mean like a TCP adjust, it just and here is a very good command, because it says like MTU, because GRE it gives at least 24 bytes of header, so it has a lot of header, okay? So if you, and the maximum MTU or maximum transmission unit is 1500, okay, 1500, okay? So bytes, you know, per bucket or per packet. So if you make it 14, then it will have like it will not fragment. So now I mean, we use this one because to escape the fragmenting. So if the IP is defragmented by the router, that means it will take time. I mean, like it will take time or bandwidth, and that's where we are running from, okay? So we use this one It's a very optional good command, and you need to keep in mind in that one. So now I will not be configuring. As I configure it, what I will do, I will copy it and I will do it, okay, on the hub side, because you already have the concept, yeah. So we'll just test it, okay. And now what I will do in here, because you see that's the IP address, that is the good command, like MTU 1400. This is the optional command, the authentication, very good. And this is a must because we are using a dynamic routing protocol. And this one is a must because it is turning on IBNHRB network. It is turning on the NHRB interface. This one is optional, and this one is a very good when we are. Let me take it off now so we can check it later on, and you know. And this one is IBOSBF priority, so that is an. Let me take it off as well. So we need it, we'll do it, you know. And we only need the source, and then we need this one to be a multi-point, okay, to be a multi-point. And spoke one, there is not much different. Spoke one, it you know, so because we are focusing on NHRB, okay. NHRB, this one is a command, this one is the we already talking about the NHRB. This one we talking about the authentication. It is optional. NHRB map, it should supposed to have map all the time. I mean, for the to register or to you know, to map, because you know, it should know where the Dmvpn hub is. And this one enables, and this one NHRB NHS, this is the one makes dynamic, okay, because this one registers dynamically, so it sends a request to the hub. You know, using this command IP NHRB NHS, that means like next hub server, so it will send this spoke will send spoke one, for example, in this case spoke one in this case will send a request to the hub, telling him to register, so it will register. It will be registered dynamically, okay. And these are just commands that, you know, it's just a command, TCB command, so to stop the error thing and stuff, okay. So spoke 2 is the same, but you know what we'll do? We'll take this command IBOSBF 0, because we will be using OSBF overlay or OSBF protocol, okay. So let me just use this one, IBOSBF. Okay, so let me copy and paste this one so you have the feeling now. I hope I helped you, okay. So let me go to the hub now, and then paste it, okay, and then go to the spoke, okay, spoke 1, and then copy and then paste the R3. Oh yeah, yes, R3, okay, and then go to spoke 2, and then go to R5. What happened? Did I copy it? Oh yeah, interface tunnel 0. Okay, I just left. I left the I, and then nothing worked. Okay, so now we should see a reachability. I'm sorry, a network adjacency that came up. If you don't see it, then we're gonna troubleshoot. Okay. Okay. So what we did we go here, because it should already come up. Okay, dynamic phase 1. Can we do multicast here? Let me see. Show run interface tunnel 0. The dynamic cast one, so this one we did it, OSBF, and this one multi-point, okay. That's good, but no shut. Okay, so let me just make sure. Do show run interface tunnel 0. This one we did multi-point, because you know this command, yeah, IBOSBF multi-point you must do to any nowhere, to any phase 1 dynamic, okay, otherwise it will give you an error. So if you do now, we do take off this one now, and we do take off this one, we show run interface tunnel 0. Now we already took this one away. Okay, we already took this one away. Okay, we already took this one away. Okay, so let us just do this one. Do show run interface tunnel tunnel 0. Okay, do we have this one? So yeah, we do not have it. So you know what, we look, the adjacency is just like keep coming. You see this one, tunnel, look, you see the adjacency, it just keep coming and going down, and the reason why, because it says neighbor down. For example, if I take the last bit, neighbor down, adjacency, force it to reset. Okay, if that happened to you, we just use it IP OSBF network point multi-point on any network. Okay, on any of the hubs, hub or spoke, all of them we do that. Okay, so look, let me do it now. I'm doing it. Okay, so this command will solve this problem. IB, because I wanted to show you, IB OSBF network point multi-point. Okay, point multi-point. Okay, so now everything will be fine. You see, the adjacency came back and it's not dropping anymore. Okay, before you see like the adjacency was forced to reset. So, and that is actually what I describe as a full comprehensive static phase 1 static and phase 1 dynamic. Okay, so I hope this has been a very, what can I say, informative for you, and please, if you like it, give me the like, okay, and give me the comment what you want. So phase 2 static and phase 2 dynamic and phase 3, they will come along after this video, and what we will do the IBSec on the last part. Okay, I mean, we will secure when we finish configuring the other ones. Okay, and thanks for watching. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.